Hi guys!
Hi guys!
So a lot of you have asked for us to talk about Priscilla's 2-week weight symptoms before the BFP. We don't have them all written down perfectly, just because, like we talked about in a previous video of ours, we didn't go out of our way to focus on these things during the 2-week wait. We were trying to keep ourselves calm, keep ourselves distracted, and not get overwhelmed with it. And so this is going to be like a recounting of the symptoms that stood out, the ones that we can remember, that Priscilla can remember the best.
Yes, absolutely. So because I didn't write down all the symptoms or anything that I felt, especially because we were away actually for a lot of it.
That's true. Yeah.
We had our anniversary trip and it took a chunk of our 2-week wait, which was really, really nice because it kept us distracted and kept us our minds off of the 2-week wait.
We took a ton of footage and we just haven't found the time to put the video up yet. We've got a great video together. We'll find a time and a way to put it up, but it's just been non-stop pregnancy stuff happening since we got back, which is so wonderful. But stay tuned and we'll sort of recount our 2-week wait vacation as soon as we can for you guys.
Yes, for sure. Beautiful footage too. So.
Yeah.
All right, shall we jump into the
2-week
wait symptoms?
What you got?
Okay, so I wrote them down on my phone. The very first one was that little cold that I had before even implantation. I don't know if we would count that a 2-week wait symptom, but I definitely had a mild cold to start with. And that was after ovulation, no question. And you guys saw during a few of our last videos that I did have a cold. I was stuffed up.
We got a few comments about it, I think.
Yeah.
I could tell.
Yeah, some of you guys said that was one of your symptoms as well. And by that time, we didn't even dream about, having our BFP. So that was one I will count as a symptom because so many of you said that you had that to begin with, so
that's how I think about it. Like so many comments came in saying like I had a cold right before it happened, so I think that counts. So you can check that box if you were feeling a cold at home and you're wondering, are you on the way? Maybe. Maybe.
It was something, and it was odd because it wasn't a cold that developed into anything really bad. It was just annoying.
Yeah,
but
and it stuck around for a while too.
Yeah. The next symptom, and I would say the weirdest one for me, was that I was having, guys, vivid dreams like insane. I never had dreams like that in my life. They were so clear and so, I don't know, I was telling Ryan that the colors were different than my regular dreams, the pictures were different. So let's say that, when I dream normally, when I wake up, the images, the visuals are fuzzy. I can't explain. They're almost pixelated, and this was a really high-tech HD TV.
This is virtual reality.
Yeah, it was so weird. And the thing is that I remember for sure that I had vivid dreams 5 nights in a row, and I know because I counted. However, I can't remember all 5 dreams. I told Brian every single one, and he can't remember either.
Yeah, I know that she had dreams like this for 5 nights in a row because right away in the morning she would try to tell me what it was that she was dreaming about, and my brain was so fuzzy and I wake up very slowly. And then later on in the day she'd be like, what did I dream about? I'd be like, I don't know.
And then
she'd say, I told you. I don't know, I was exhausted.
I was relying on you because the dream would be so fleeting. The memory of the dream would be so fleeting. But I do remember 2 of them. Both dreams were babysitting and Ryan and I were in the dreams. One of them was hilarious. We were babysitting for this YouTube couple and the other one we're babysitting for a man who was a mixture of Michael J. Fox and what is the name of that other guy that I told you? He is from
what movie? Give me a movie.
He's from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Matthew Broderick?
Yes, so his face was a mixture of Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox and Matthew
Broderick.
Back to the Future and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
He was so funny.
Sounds either awesome or terrifying.
It was so weird. And in this dream, we were going to get pizza for the kids because Ryan and I were babysitting this guy's kid. He was the dad, but he was with us. And we went to get pizza for them, and we went to a Pizza Hut that was on an above floor level, and to get out of that Pizza Hut you had to go down a slide, so it was really fun. And anyways, the color of the dreams weren't really what impressed me.
Not so important, but the fact that it was just so
vivid,
weird and so vivid and that you're still talking about it today.
Anyway, so I'd never experienced that in my life, so that was to me something that made me feel like they were different than anything else that I was feeling at the moment. But I didn't allow myself to think too much about it because
No. And I can say this is not normal for Priscilla, so I mean I would say that this is definitely associated with this 2-week wait. I mean we don't ever talk about dreams like this. You don't ever recount them, and I don't think you remember them so much. So
the third symptom that I had was bloating. Bloating was a huge thing, and it's been a huge thing for me. So when we got back home from our trip, our anniversary trip, we ordered Chinese food at night. And I remember specifically feeling fine, and then after eating that Chinese food, I remember feeling so bloated. And usually, you know, this is not uncommon for anyone, I think.
I was gonna say, not an altogether unusual symptom after enjoying Chinese food.
Right.
But this was unusual, actually.
Yeah, but you know, what was unusual was the fact that I usually, if that happens, you sleep it off, and then the next day, you know, you wake up fine.
Right, you feel too full, you ate all that salty food, but this didn't go away. The next day you died.
No, it just didn't go away, and it hasn't gone away ever since. Now we found out that I'm having OHSS, which is, you know, the bloating is due to that. I'm having a mild to not moderate case, but like mild is uncomfortable. So we'll talk more about it in another video, and I'll tell you guys more about it as well. But one thing is that if you develop OHSS after your 2-week wait, it's likely that you are pregnant because your HCG levels are going up, and that triggers the OHSS symptoms. So there you go. That's not something that I knew at the time, but the bloating was real, guys. It's been real.
The bloating is real.
Yeah. So another symptom that I had was the day of our anniversary. I actually had a tiny bit of spotting, brown spotting, and it literally was just a wipe that I did. I went to the bathroom, I wiped, and I saw a tiny bit of brown blood, and I was like, oh no. And I was, you know, already kind of like, am I starting to spot early? And I didn't really understand because I was already on progesterone at the time, and usually I don't bleed if I am on progesterone. Looking back, that could have been implantation bleeding. It wasn't a lot, and it didn't last. It was literally just a tiny bit, and I called you and I told you, hey, I don't know if I'm spotting. I don't know if I'm starting to spot. Do you remember?
And we felt a little bit nervous in the moment.
We did,
but then it just went away.
Yeah, it didn't even continue. It was just like, that's it. So yeah, so maybe that was implantation. We don't know.
Yeah.
And then the last symptom is that I was quite tired throughout our trip, but I don't know, I just didn't think too much about it because we're getting so much sun during the day. And you know, if you go through, like, if you go to a tropical vacation, you know that once you get a lot of sun and you're in the ocean and you're like exploring, you know, and you're eating all the foods, you get, I mean, at least me, I love napping, you know?
No, I think it's really normal. I mean, you spend a lot of time outside where it's warm and sunny, and it just saps your energy.
Yeah. So I don't know if I would consider that specifically a 2-week wait symptom. I'm definitely really tired now. In this first weeks, I'm just exhausted. You can probably, I don't know if you can tell, but
I think so. I think that it's just been, I mean, a slow dive into exhaustion for you. And I think that it started up during that 2-week wait. And you've just been more and more and more tired.
Yeah.
Definitely. So guys, this is what we've got for you. That's everything not really, you know, not written down in the moment, but best we can recount. And the most important symptoms, the ones that you're
really
completely sure of, that really stood out, that were just outside of the norm. So let us know in the comments below if you know, you're on your way, if you're working toward your BFP, and if you felt some of these, or if you had some of the same symptoms and then, you know, got lucky and had that BFP also. Did these symptoms sort of mirror yours on your road to pregnancy?
Yeah, let us know. We're really curious, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Definitely. If you did, be sure to give it a great big thumbs up and leave a lovely comment down low. And subscribe if you have not, and we will be back again with another video sharing everything that we possibly can with you guys as we work our way toward baby.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching this one, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
We forgot to say goodbye. There's an ocean deep and wide.